morning and peace be with you. I am Mamshe and I will be your teacher for today's math class. Before we start, make sure you have your pen and paper, self-learning module, and let us have a wonderful day of learning. Last time, we discussed about arithmetic sequence, arithmetic means, finding the enter of the arithmetic sequence, and some of the terms of given arithmetic sequence. Now, we are going to discuss geometric sequence. To start with, please observe the following sequences. Number 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Number 2, -3, -5, -7, -9, -11. Number 3, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. For the first sequence, we can observe that to get the next term, we need to add 5 on the previous term. So 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, 10 plus 5 is 15, 15 plus 5 is 20, and 20 plus 5 is 25. For the second sequence, we add -2 on the previous term to get the next term. So -3 plus -2 is -5, -5 plus -2 is -7, -7 plus -2 is -9, and -9 plus -2 is -11. For number 3, to get 4, we need to multiply 2 on the previous term. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 16 times 2 is 32. If you are going to observe here, we can add 2 to get 4, but we cannot get 8 when adding 2 from 4. For 4 plus 2 is not 8. 8 plus 2 is not 16. And as well as 16 plus 2 is 32. So we need to multiply 2. The first two examples are arithmetic sequence, and the third example is an example of geometric sequence. And 5 and -2 are the common difference of the arithmetic sequence, while 2 is called the common ratio for the geometric sequence. So what is geometric sequence? A geometric sequence is a sequence where each after term, the first term is obtained by multiplying the preceding term by a non-zero constant called the common ratio. The common ratio R can be determined by dividing any term in the sequence by the term that precedes it. Thus, in the geometric sequence 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, the common ratio is 2 since 4 over 2 or 4 divided by 2 is 2. Examples. Determine whether each sequence is geometric. If so, find the common ratio. 2, 4, 6, 8. So to get 4, we need to add 2 or multiply 2. To get 6, we need to add 2. To get 8, we need to add 2. So therefore, this is an example of arithmetic sequence. So we don't need to have to find the common ratio since it is arithmetic sequence. In the next example, 2, 4, 8, 16. To get 4, we need to add 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is not 8. So therefore, we need to multiply 2 by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So this is an example of geometric sequence. One-third, 1/9, 1/27. Okay. To get 1/9 from 1/3, we need to multiply 1/3 or 1/9 divided by 1/3. So 1/9 is multiplied to 3/1 or the reciprocal. So it will become 3/9 or 1/3. So our common ratio is 1/3. So to check, 1/3 times 1/3 is 1 times 1, 1. 3 times 3, 9. 1 over 9 times 1 over 3 is equal to 1 over 27. So our common ratio is 1/3. Find the missing term of the geometric sequence 6, negative 18, blank, negative 162. Okay, to determine the missing term, we need to identify the common ratio. So to get the common ratio, divide negative 18 and 6. So negative 18 divided by 6 is negative 3. Since we already know what is the common ratio, we can now identify the missing term. So we need to multiply negative 18 with a common ratio to get this number. So negative 18 multiplied by negative 3. So the answer is negative times negative is positive. 3 times 18 is 54. So the answer is 54. To check if it is correct, so let's multiply 54 times negative 3. So the answer will become negative 162. Find the next two terms of the geometric sequence for 1236. Okay, to determine the next two terms of the geometric sequence, we need to determine the common ratio. And the common ratio R is equal to 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. So now we already know the common ratio. We can now determine the next term of the geometric sequence by multiplying 36 with the common ratio, which is 3. So 36 times 3, so 18, carry 1, so 108. So our next term is 108. So the other term will become 108 times 3, which is 324. So our next term is 324. In example number 4, determine whether the figure illustrates a geometric sequence. So to determine whether it's a geometric sequence, we need to count the number of squares in each term. So in first term, we have 1. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 times 4, 16. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 8, which is 64. So we have the sequence 1, 4, 16, and 64. So 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. So the common ratio is 4. So this is an example of geometric sequence. In the given following situation, we should illustrate geometric sequence. Letter A, the number of cells in a culture of certain bacteria doubles every 4 hours. And art collection is valued at 50,000 in 2001 and its value increased by 4,000 annually. So in the given example, letter A, so suppose that in 0R, there is 4 bacteria. And then, after 4 hours, the bacteria double itself. So it will become 4 times 2 is 16, is 8. And then after 8 hours, it will become 8 times 2, 16. Then 16, after 12 hours, it become 32. And then after 16 hours, the bacteria will become 64. So 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64. So the common ratio will become 2 since 8 divided by 4 is 2, 16 divided by 8. So this is an example of geometric sequence. An art collection has a value in 2001 which is 50,000. In 2002, its value increased 4,000 annually, so it will become 54,000. In 2003, it will become 58,000. In 2004, it will become 62,000. So if we are going to observe annually, it adds 4,000. So
Since we add or increase 4,000 annually, so this is an example of arithmetic sequence.
And there you have it. That is our lesson for today. Now, let us have a recap. Geometric sequence. A geometric sequence is a sequence where each term after the first is obtained by multiplying the preceding term by a non-zero constant called common ratio. And now we are near to the end of the lesson. Prepare your pen and paper because it is important to evaluate what have you learned. Okay, let's start.
Choose the letter of the best answer. What kind of sequence is illustrated in 7, 14, 28, 56? A. Arithmetic. B. Fibonacci. C. Geometric. D. Harmonic. Answer: geometric. What is the common ratio for the following sequence? 400, 200, 150, 25. A. 1/2. B. 1/5. C. 5. D. 2. Answer is A. 1/2. What is the next two term of the geometric sequence? 1, 1/2, 1/4. A. 1/2, 1. B. 1/6, 1/8. C. 1/2, 1/4. D. 1/8, 1/16. The answer is D. 1/8, 1/16. Which of the following is the geometric sequence? A. 1, 1, 1. B. 1, -1, -1. C. 16, 8, 40. D. 81, 27, 9, 3. The answer is C. 16, 8, 40. Which of the following do not illustrate geometric sequence? Uranium loses half of its weight every 415 years. B. Number of students increases by 122 every year. C. The average cell phone bill decreases 4% each year. And D. A scientist observed that the population of beetle doubles every month. Answer.
How was the activity? Did you find it difficult? Just keep on practicing the assessment found in your module. Remember that math practice makes you better. Again, I am Ma'am She. See you in the next session. Bye!